One area that always gets me trouble is right here in the vents because I could just never get anything to go in there, but they say Squishy Clean can just roll down on the inside of the vents, and as you can see, it's rolling down really well, cleaning both sides. I do appreciate that. Jamming it in there. All right, that worked. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you saw in this video, we are looking at Ruby Squishy Clean. It's a way to clean out your car vents and other tough to reach places. You know what? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review. Here is our Ruby Squishy Clean. This was purchased from Walmart for right around 10 bucks. The idea is this is like a gel type thing, which is supposed to help you clean those hard to reach places in your car or your computer or whatnot. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Let me tell you about this. I was looking through the directions and there are a few warnings that I wanted to talk about first before we actually get to use this. First and foremost, they tell you do not expose this to water. I was thinking because it's reusable, you're allowed to rinse this off or clean it, but no, they say exposing this to water will actually dissolve the stuff and it'll just go away. Also, before you use this, you're supposed to wash your hands and of course then probably dry them. And then you're supposed to gently roll them over the dirty or linty surface and then immediately remove it off. You should not use it on the same surface for more than 2 minutes. They also have a do not use on your cell phone warning, especially those small cracks, because I guess the Squishy Clean could break off into those cracks and then you of course have to clean it out. Let me go wash up my hands and then we'll pull this out. Hands are all clean and dried. Let's take off the lid here. Oh, we have a sealed container, so let me cut this off. All right, so at first look, it's almost like a slime consistency. I'm gonna break off a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty much just like slime. So I am gonna, like I said, break off a little bit because I'm gonna put that in water because I do wanna see what will happen, and then we're gonna run some tests. Here's our little bit of our Squishy Clean. We're gonna drop it in the water, maybe. There it goes. And we're going to see what happens. As we're looking at it, it does feel a whole lot different. It's not as sticky. Well, it's still together though. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that in there while we are testing out the Squishy Clean. Our first test is going to be on this computer. I'm a little nervous because the directions, of course, told us not to put it in small cracks like on your phone, but it also tells us that you can use it to clean out your keyboard. This is my Jeff Reviews for You computer, so hopefully this does not damage it. I've broken the Squishy Clean in half because I didn't want to use it all on my keyboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push this in here and gently start rolling this across. It doesn't look like it's sticking into any of those keys. Keep rolling it. Well, I tell you what, it did not get stuck in any of my keys. And if we take a closer look at this, it didn't look like it picked up any lint. But there might not have been dirty. Let me try it again. I wanted to get a better angle for you so you can see exactly what it's doing. You see how it's going into all those cracks? Oh, look, we actually did get some debris in there. That's cool. So I'm pushing it down into the cracks between all the different keys. You can actually see the texture coming out on the Squishy Clean. That is pretty cool. If we take a close look, I do think it cleaned it very well. I do not feel any kind of weird texture afterward. And guess what? There is none of the Squishy Clean stuck inside my keys. That was what worried me the most. Now that we've finished cleaning out our keyboard, we're going to put our Squishy Clean right back in the container and put the lid on. You're supposed to store this in a cool, dry place, but we're going to store this until we're ready to go clean out our car. Let's follow up on our Squishy Clean that was put in the water. This was put in there about an hour ago. And I'm going to take it out and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, you can absolutely see this is coming apart. You can see the colors are coming all over my hands. Oh, that is absolutely gross. It definitely loses its consistency and texture when you get it wet. So tell me, what are your thoughts of the Squishy Clean? Have you used something like this? Have you tried this one? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Now, let's get out to our car and actually put this to the test. I normally clean this dashboard off every single week, but it's been a couple weeks since I cleaned it off because I wanted to test out the Squishy Clean. And so we do have a lot of dust on here. It might be hard to see because it's black, but you know what? The Squishy Clean is going to pick this up. So let's get that out and start rolling. We have a fresh piece of Squishy Clean, never been used. I'm going to clean out this entire cubby area up here. I do throw a lot of stuff in here, so I'm interested to see what's going to be in there, especially in the corner. So let's start rolling it. Keep on rolling that. Oop. All right, let's see. Oh, look, we've already collected some debris. Can you see that on there? Right there, yep. I'm gonna roll here on the bottom level. This is definitely a magnet for dirt and debris and all sorts of gross stuff, so just roll it around and try to pick all that up. Man, I'm actually picking up some hair. That's really gross. I think after running through that first little bit, there's a lot of debris it picked up. It's actually kind of gross, and I'm really grateful I was able to clean it up with the Squishy Clean, but now let's get back to the rest of the dashboard. Cleaning up my vents is my least favorite thing ever, but let's try out our Squishy Clean. As it's going down, it's reaching in and grabbing all that nastiness. I got a little bit of caught there. Let's get it off. All right, very cool. So remember how we talked about not getting it into those sticky places? Look at that. I got stuck. Gross. Of course, just a roll with the Sticky Clean, and it did pick it up. Just be careful around those really, really tight areas. I wanted to show you a side by side. This is where I normally have cleaned it with the cleaning wipes that I use, and this side over here has a lot of lint. We're going to use a Squishy Clean on this side. Here goes nothing. Rolling it down. Oh man, I can totally see that lint coming up and that fuzz and that whatever else that stuff is. It is absolutely cleaning it off. You know what I really like? I really like when up here against the window gets cleaned off too, and I can get my Squishy Clean right into that hard to reach place and just keep rolling. I know what you're thinking. Who has this much debris in their car? Well, I do. And like I said, normally I would actually vacuum this out, but I am going to try the Squishy Clean to get out all this debris. See it all in there? Let's roll it. I'm getting it into the corner, rolling back. Did we get it all? Well, no, but look, we did get a lot of it. I'm going to keep working on it. All right, we're getting in the crack, coming around. I think I got 90% of it. There might be a little bit left, and I'm really glad to get all that debris out of there with the Squishy Clean. For me, the most impactful part of the Squishy Clean is on these little cracks. I can actually massage the Squishy Clean inside that crack and roll it, and it reaches in there and grabs out any lint or debris. That's just something my typical wipes can't get. One thing I really like using the Squishy Clean for is cleaning out these seats. You ever have any kind of crumbs or whatever get into these seats and it's hard to get them out without a vacuum? Well, the Squishy Clean actually reaches in, picks up those little crumbs or whatnot, and leaves you a nice clean surface. In this video, we are taking a look at Ruby Squishy Clean. So what do we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. I purchased mine for right around 10 bucks at my local Walmart. And in my opinion, that wasn't that expensive for something that actually helped me out. As you can see from the video, it does a great job of picking up that lint, that dust, debris from main areas and areas that are hard to reach. What I like using this for the most is in those cracks and hard to reach places such as my vents, or when some of the dashboard pieces meet together and you just can't get in there. I loved having the Squishy Clean get in there and pull out any debris. It should be noted, this just cleans the area. It does not condition it. So if you need to condition your dashboard and treat it, make sure the sun doesn't bake it or break it or whatnot, this doesn't do it. It just cleans the area. I was able to thoroughly clean my entire car at least one time with half of the Squishy Clean, and so you know what? I was appreciative of that. I do think I can use that continuously, but in my opinion and thought, I'm not sure how long it'll actually last. In the end, it did a great job, and if you've had difficulty getting into those hard to reach areas, this could help you out. That was my full review of Squishy Clean. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I thought it only appropriate to give you a side-to-side comparison of the Squishy Clean right here that's not been used compared to the one that I used in my car. In my opinion, the texture of the one I've been using is a little different. This one right here seems a little more tacky and slimy, and this one's feeling a little more rough. You know, I can sort of still feel a tackiness, but not near as much as the unused piece. And that's probably because, well, you're mixing in a different substance in with the Squishy Clean. That just makes me think, how long will this actually work? It still is sticky right now, so I think I can still use it, but definitely not something that's going to last forever. For me, I'm actually going to put the Squishy Clean that I've been using in this Ziploc bag and then putting it in with the rest of the Squishy Clean. Therefore, I can keep it separate, because if you put it back in, it will completely combine with the other part. And as we said before, you need to store this in a cool, dry place that does not get over 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so don't even think about leaving it in your car. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Ruby Squishy Clean. You know what? My son actually helped me utilize this Squishy Clean when I was cleaning out my car, and he said, you know what? We reviewed by the same company, the Ruby Holding Hands. And so you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you right here. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.